Hi all, my today's video is regarding the driving mistakes which we usually do. Because of that we could also fail in the exam. So actually I am telling you regarding this basically when you are from Germany, because there are some rules which are applicable in Germany only. So some of the rules will be maybe global, and but yes, some will be only to the specific to Germany. Okay. So before to start my video, I would like you to just subscribe my channel so that you can come to know when I will upload any video, and please also press the notification icon for further videos. Okay, let's start with the video. When we start the car, what we should do? First of all, we should set our mirrors. Afterwards, first of all, outer mirrors, then inner mirrors. Then we have to set our seat, and then put on seat belt. And before to move, or after starting the engine, you have to give the out signal. Means in Germany it is a left signal when you want to start, and you have to see. Uh, you have to basically turn your head and see if there is someone coming from your backside or not. So this is basically, and you have to move slowly, and yes, it would be in first gear. When you want, second point is regarding the reverse. When you want to reverse, then you should be very slow so that you could not hit other car or anything other. So if your car is touched to the footpath, then you could also fail in the exam. And the points which I have mentioned in first point, that also need to be considered, because otherwise you could fail. Okay. Third point is regarding the parking. Parking is basically of two types: 90-degree parking and parallel parking, or we can say the beside parking. In the beside parking, we usually have to uh, turn the steering to the right side, one and a half, and we have to see particular when it will likely to touch the footpath. Before that, we need to press the brake and put our whole steering to the right side, left side, and when it will be straight, then we have to move our steering to the straight direction, and afterwards we will go a little bit back, and we will maintain the distance between our cars, that will be of 1 meter. Okay. When you are means want to park in the 90-degree, then you have to check your screen or mirror, side mirror, in which you have to check, like when half of the car's back is you could see, then you have to turn your steering. In Germany, it will be in right, and when it will be straight, then you have to go left side, and you have to straight your car. Okay. Then fourth point is regarding the zebra crossing. Whenever there is zebra crossing, whether there is a person or not, you have to see, uh, because sometimes they are slowly coming, and we are not able to see. So in this regard also you could fail in the test. So it is better to take precaution in this regard. Okay. Then fifth point is regarding the emergency brake. Emergency brake is usually set in the driving test when you are with the speed of 30. Okay. Then you have to press the clutch and brake together with the full force. Okay. And your car should not, your engine should not stop. And after, when you have done one time this, and when instructor will or examiner will say you to move on, then you have to give the out signal, and then put your car in the first gear, and then start move. Okay. Sixth point is regarding the junction and crossroads. Here we have to particularly consider the right side when we are going on the straight road, and if someone is likely to come, we have to see basically whether someone is coming from the right side or not. Okay. Because they have the preference, and like there is a right before left rule in Germany. Okay. When you have going on straight on the road, you have to see the right side. Okay. When you are coming from the right, then you have the priority. Then most of the time you don't have to check whether any car is coming or not. Priority. Seventh point is priority. In this, sometimes there are points are shields are mentioned, like you have the priority or the other vehicle have the priority. You have to consider this also, because when you don't consider this, then you could also fail in the test. Okay. So you have to check this also, you have the priority or not. If you have the priority, you should go. If other person has the priority, then you have to wait. Okay. Then eighth point is the how to change the lane. First you have to look, and it should be around 10 meter or 20 meters beside behind you, and then afterwards you have to give the signal, and you have to means turn your car in the other lane. Ninth point is regarding the speed. Uh, when you want to start, then your gear should be first. When your car is started and it is its speed is more than 20, then you can put it in second gear. And when it is more than 30 or near about going to be 40, then you have to put in third gear. And when it is 60, your speed is 60, then you have to put on third third gear, fourth gear. Then afterwards 80, you have to put on fifth gear. Okay. And you have to see the speedometer, and if it is decreasing, you have to follow in the same order. Okay. Then 10th point is regarding the when we have to follow the 50 kilometer per hour speed. When there is no sign is mentioned, like you have to go on this speed, then you have to consider this. You can drive 50 kilometer per hour. Okay. Per hour. Okay. Then there is a signal. You have to consider the signal, because sometimes it is said like you are just near about, like you have to turn the right and again right. And when you first time moved your steering to the right, and it will be out, means it will be the out signal and will be removed. You have to put it again to the right, so that examiner can consider like you have the full attention to the car, and you are giving full attention to the signal, so that other surrounding person could not affected, means they could also make the mistake, because it could affect them. Okay, then 12th point is regarding the right before left. In this, when you are going in the residential area, you have to give way to the persons coming from the right. Okay, then when 13th point is regarding the how to leave the clutch. You have to leave the clutch slowly, because if you will not or instantly will remove your foot from the clutch, it would affect, and the examiner could consider not safe to drive with you, and maybe he could fail you in this regard also. Okay, 14th point is regarding the circle and roundabout. In most of the country, like in India, when we join the circle, then we give signal. But in case of Germany, when we want to leave the a roundabout or circle, then when we have to give the signal. Okay, when you have to stand, then you can put on the first gear. Otherwise, you can go with the second gear also. 15th point is when to consider with the first gear, when you have to start, when you have to turn, or when you have to make the turn, or when you have stopped somewhere, then you have to consider the first gear. 16th point is when to give signal, when to give way. Okay, means if the cars are coming from front, you have to give the way. If you think you could not adjust the congested area, then you have to be slow. Okay, when you don't have any priority, then you have to give the way. Okay, then 7th point is one-way street. One-way street you have to consider, like where you want to move. If you want to go in right direction, then you have to align yourself right. But yes, if you are the only one who is going on one-way street, then you have to go middle. Okay, 18th point is where we have to consider 10 kilometer per hour when there is parking, and when there is a shield for children are playing, and uh, lady is moving with the children, then you have to consider this 10 kilometer per hour speed. When you are in the top, then you have to put your car in the first gear, and you don't have to give race in this regard, uh, and you have to consider each and everything very carefully, because the examiner will start from there. 20th point is when to turn steering. When you have means you are standing somewhere and you have to turn, you should turn your steering first, then means you should be ready to move by with the steering. Then otherwise if you will consider like you will go somehow straight and then we'll move, then some of the way you will means pass with the straight signal, which is not good. You have to first move the steering, then go. 21st point is always drive on your lane. uh, like some cars are coming from the right and left and straight, then you have to consider your own lane. Even on lights, the lane which is mentioned with the white mark with you, only you have to go in that way. Okay, Then in the test you have to be calm, and you should check your mirror time to time, so that examiner consider like you are very careful about your vehicle and other people, so you are paying regard, watching means mirror again and again. If you can't drive somewhere like it's a congested area or many vehicles are standing there, then it's better to stop. The distance between the car in the residential area should be 1 meter, but when you are driving outside the residential area, then it could be 50 meter. Okay. 24th point is regarding the, you don't have to stop your vehicle anywhere where it could affect other people, like if there is a garage of someone else and you have parked your vehicle there, then it is also not good sign. It's not considered like you don't have the understanding where you have to park, so you have to keep in this also in mind. So sometimes they check your mentality in this regard also. 25th one, which as I have told earlier, you have to leave the clutch slowly. 26th point is where you can't enter. No, first of all is with the minus sign, means the car will come out from here, and you can't enter here. And another one is like a person on the bike shield. You will see this. You can't cross this. When you cross this or enter this sign, then you will be failed. Okay. So in this, you have to go with the either with the go with the examiner choice, or you can go with your choice, like in whatever the direction you want. You, if there is no way, then you have to turn the car from there. 27th point is the stop sign. It is must to stop your vehicle when you see the stop shield, because it is very much essential. The reason for of this is like sometimes on the road is the speed of 100 kilometer per hour, and you are on the 30 and you have to cross the road. Then the person who is at 100 kilometer per hour, they can't adjust and you have to adjust. So that's why this shield is some places is placed, like the person coming from the other direction have to stop first and check the way. If the way is clear, only then he or she can go. Okay. Then 28th point is like if there is the area reserved for the handicapped people, or like if there is any shield like you can't park here, you don't have to park the vehicle there, because it could also affect your exam. And in general it is also said like when you will park your vehicle on the handicapped area, which is reserved for the handicapped people, then you could be fined with the €50. Okay, so you have to consider all these things, and should pay attention to all these points while appearing for the exam or going for the practical exam. So I hope it could help you in somehow. So I will say best of luck to all of you who are going to appear for the exam. So maybe somehow these points will be beneficial to you, all of you. So thanks for watching my video. um, Bye.